evening. When we first meet someone, we usually get asked 3 questions. What's your name? What do you do? And where do you live? My name's David Hoang. I'm a UX designer, and I live in Seattle, Washington. I also live in Brooklyn, New York. This means every 2 weeks, I fly from Seattle to New York and then spend my time there, and 2 weeks later, fly back. Now, I have 2 places, but 1 home. So before I tell you how, I need to tell you why. It's because we can. We live in a day and age where we're becoming more portable and more remote, yet at the same time, we're staying more connected. The other reason I do this is to be open to opportunities. I want to continue to explore New York, but I want to be here with my friends in Seattle. I want to see my friends' kids grow up, and I want to be here when my parents get old. Big question, money. We all can't be Batman, Iron Man, or Elon Musk, but what we need to do is prioritize what's important to us, what we need, and cut the rest out. This is one example of how I cut money down. Instead of getting specialty coffee, I'll get a regular coffee. That's $730 a year. That's 2 flights to Seattle to New York, or 4 to San Francisco. Find what you can cut out. I love Venn diagrams, so I put one together. This is really all I need. Anything else is just a luxury. I realized I don't need a car. I would like cable, but I don't need it, so it's out. You need to become portable, too. This is all I pack on my trip. The rest is at the places. I treat my flight like my daily commute. If I don't use it for the day, it doesn't go in the bag. This is what my schedule looked like for November. I knew this week I wanted to go to the 9 Inch Nails concert, and of course, I wanted to go to Ignite. So I had to take care of all of my New York stuff before then. So plan. The other thing I need to tell you to do is also not plan, because things change. Maybe you meet someone that you want to spend the day with. Maybe you miss your flight and have to go to Portland and have your parents pick you up. That could happen. That did happen. So make a checklist. Remember, now that you live in 2 cities, you have half the time, so make use of your time. I make a checklist of the things I want to do and what's a priority. And when I get to it, I get to it. Make it fun, too. When I was in Europe, I had this little blog that I started called Vader Vacation. If you've seen Amelie, you know exactly what this is. I travel around the world and take photos of this Darth Vader action figure and send it to my friends. It gives me something to do and something to share with friends. The other thing I want to encourage you to do is to sketch. I sketch and draw all the time because it gives you perspective. I didn't realize how much I missed Seattle until I was away from it, and how much I loved New York until I was away from it. You also need to stay in touch. This is how my family stays in touch. We do Google Hangouts. I send postcards to friends and family wherever I am, and we send messages to each other. So the channels are there. These are some of the things I use when going back and forth. The thing I like using right now is Simple, which I use to budget for Seattle and New York. If I don't have the money in the budget, I don't use it. Simple as that. Now, stay connected. The people up here are just a few people that came to New York from Seattle to visit me. I'm not trying to separate my life. I'm trying to bring it together. Next year, New York friends are coming to Seattle. Some advice from my friend Jamie. It's not about what's next, but what's important. I realized I didn't want to go Seattle, then New York, then Seattle. I needed both in my life. There's no compromise, so I had to do whatever it takes. The other advice is from my friend Leslie, who I met in New York, and she says, treat life like a video game. Now, she's not the first person to say this, but she's been living in both cities, and she told me, just set your mission, figure out how to do it, and just do whatever it takes. Now, you might not want to live in 2 cities, so take what you've learned from this and apply it to something else. What about that side project you've been working on? What about that dream vacation or dream house you've been working on? Set your goals. Treat it as your second city. I'm going to end on this note. This is my cat, and he lives in 2 cities. When I'm in New York, he goes to Portland. So my challenge to you as an audience is if this cat can live in 2 cities, so can you. Thank you, and I'll